SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time. Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa. Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve.
Great day to you, gentlemen. Great day to you, BD. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to
Hi,
have you
PD.
here.
Good morning.
Yeah, BD is here with us. All right,
She
viewers,
finally
you must
show up.
be
I'm making
tuning.
happy.
Yeah, you tune into this beautiful Friday. It's cold out here in Milan. It's freezing out there, but it's all beautiful because whatever weather we are, God created it. It's good to see you, George, from Toronto, Canada. It's good to see BD Nana from Lagos, Nigeria. Viewers, this is it, Friday International Updates. Gentlemen, how are you, George? How were you? How was the United States House of Reps on us? Did you follow that story,
Yes, you did.
George? No.
Yeah. So, what do you want to know about that? Some of this inside ruling.
So when are they coming? When are they coming to bomb Nigeria? When are they coming to throw the thing? Okay, let's go well with the news. Didi, tell us. We heard yesterday Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced to life imprisonment after conviction of terrorist charges. What's that news? BD, give us a rundown.
Well, it happened yesterday, 20th of November, 2025, and Justice James Omotosho of Abuja Federal High Court did the declaration. That's what I called it, because for people like me, I am not surprised. It's what Nigerian government have always wanted to do. Do you understand? It's what they have agreed to do, but it was taking them time. Someone was like saying, if they know they are going to sentence this guy for 5 years imprisonment, why do they have to keep him for almost 4 years, going to 5 years? Because it was not an easy decision, easy proclamation for them to make, and they were looking for whom to do it. And at the end, Justice Omotosho James, have to carry out this Fulani a desire to jail Nnamdi Kanu. Now, you are jailing a man for life imprisonment for words you said he said. And one of the reasons, out of the 7 count charges, they found him guilty for the 3, 4, and 5. And in that 3, 4, and 5, the one they stated that he is guilty for being a member of IPOB, the proscribed terror group in Nigeria. Now, what is IPOB? IPOB is Indigenous People of Biafra, which means, what is Biafra? Before Nigeria, there was countries that were existing, and such countries were Biafra, Oduduwa, and Arewa. These 3 came together to emerge and become one country. Now, as the country is going on, the new country, the new marriage is going on, an Oduduwa person is allowed to come out to say, I'm an Oduduwa, is allowed to come out and they identify with being an Oduduwa. It's okay, it's not a problem. An Ariwa person is allowed to identify to being an Ariwa, and it's not a problem. But it is a crime for a Biafra person to come out and say, I'm a Biafra, because from the description of the indigenous people of Biafra means that as an Igbo person, you automatically become an IPOB member, because that is what it is. Now, that is what they are jailing him for. That's one count charge. The second one is that they said he incited his people into violence. And one of the violence they pointed out is telling them to defend themselves. NSAS was one of the examples they gave. They said through the NSAS, he told them to fight Nigerian army. When Nigerian army came to Tollgate, Nnamdi Kanu was not part of the NSAS. He wasn't even in Nigeria. Came to Tollgate, and Nigerians were shouting with Nigerian flag. Nnamdi Kanu say, defend yourself. These people are heartless. They don't care even if you're holding Nigerian flag. Those are some of the things Justice James Omotosho said he is sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Now, whereas a jihadist terrorist who they found, and he confirmed that yes, they've been killing people, and he has a group of people who he has been leading to kill people, and they've killed many Nigerians. He said it with his mouth. They sentenced him to 20 years imprisonment. And when we call, they say, oh, you people are speaking too much, you people are making noise, you people are making it out of.
Okay, well, thank you, Bidi. Bidi, well, that's your viewpoint. It's not, your viewpoint might not be the accurate thing, but that's your own views. Before George comes in, let's just see some scenes from the courtroom yesterday. Let's see this.
An order. This motion, my lord, was filed on the 12th day of November, praying this honorable court for the following reliefs. An order referring the substantial constitutional questions raised in this trial to the Court of Appeal pursuant to Section 2952 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and an order staying further proceedings pending the determination of those referred questions. The supporting affidavit was deposed to by my younger brother, Prince Emmanuel Kanu, together with all annexures. My lord, my written address filed in support of the motion, wherein I adopted and argued the 3 jurisdictional issues submitted to your lordship for your determination. There was also a further and better affidavit and my reply on points of law filed in answer to the respondent's counter affidavit and written address. My lord, I respectfully urge your lordship to deem all these processes as argued and to grant the reliefs exactly as set out on the motion paper. And in a brief overview of what is contained in my motion, my lord, my contention is very simple. That ab initio, this court lacks jurisdiction to try me. That this very court is a material defiance of an appellate court judgment, the Supreme Court, with specific regards to count 7, which does not exist in the laws of this very country, and which the Supreme Court mandated this very court to amend. That hasn't happened. The presence of count 7 on this charge sheet, my lord, nullifies this entire proceedings completely and totally.
Gentlemen, our viewers are increasing by the numbers. Viewers, you're tuning to Friday. It's actually international updates, but some critical news updates are coming from Nigeria, so I have to follow up. George, before George speaks, also, we have a viewer here. I think that is Ifunaya Maka. I think I'm seeing it. It says that was a great submission, BD. Oh, BD, you have a fan there. All right, George. George, how do you see the whole thing?
Okay,
I heard
listen,
what you were
listen to
saying.
this. Listen.
Mhm.
The point about it is this: is either we can lie to ourselves and continue to deceive ourselves, which is actually what most of us are doing. This all started in London. Nnamdi Kanu, broadcasting from UK, used Radio Biafra to amplify long-standing frustration in Nigerian southeast. It all started good. His message tapped into the old wounds from the Biafran War and a deep sense of marginalization felt by a lot of Igbo people. Because after the war, it all started. And then there was a basic open marginalization of Igbos. Now, what began as a diaspora move grew into a powerful force on the ground, energizing thousands and especially young people, many of them dead today. Accused of incitement and hate speech, Kanu was arrested in 2015. 2015, becoming a symbol of resistance, by his followers. So we saw that, we've been following it, and a dramatic disappearance took place after a while. For almost 2 years, we didn't see Nnamdi Kanu. He was being held in a ship. Intelligence. He was being held in a ship, and they could have thrown him over, but because he was a British citizen, they kept him alive because Britain said he has our passport, don't touch, don't kill him. So now, after his home was raided in 2017, he vanished, only to reappear in 2021 after being intercepted and brought back to Nigeria from a what you call a controversial rendition, where he was captured in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria. Now, courtroom battle and national tension began right after that, with his trial triggered massive, reactions across the southeast, with sit-at-home order disrupting the entire region, the entire Igbo region. If you count the number of lives that have been lost because of Nnamdi Kanu, young people, if you count the number of trillions of naira that has been lost in our own place because of his rendition, a lot of people, both good, the bad, and the ugly, took advantage of that. So many people cannot come out on Mondays simply because of what? Even as a matter of fact, this idiot that was in Ireland or whatever they call it, what's his name again, that was also captured, was simply
Yes,
of this.
Finland, Simeon Ekpa.
Yes.
Simeon Ekpa.
So Simon Ekpa. So now when you see all of these things, the man started good, but he ended up very bad. And I don't give a care what Igbo person. I personally, I've told you guys this so many times, it's still out there. When he was telling the Igbos not to vote, we kept on telling him, stop doing that. You're marginalizing us. Tomorrow, you're not going to go anywhere. The Igbos will be counted as nothing in Nigeria. He kept on. I had to write an article in Nigerian newspaper and incited a conflict between him and Dokubo. And that's the only reason why he came back 2 days later to say, okay, let it be. We have agreed with the government. The big question remains here. After Dr. Omotosho gave him this thing, the big question remains: will this end the agitation or inflame it? That's a huge question. Okay?
That's a huge question.
Will IPOB fracture or radicalize? And most importantly, is Nigeria treating symptoms or addressing the root causes? Because the story continues. He's gonna file for appeal. He's gonna appeal the case. We know that already. But you see, this man, because of his arrogance, listen to this, he's very arrogant, and because of his arrogance, he shot himself in the foot when he arrogantly came and fired out the lawyers and felt like, oh, I can represent myself better. Why would you do that? You are not a lawyer. I don't care how much you know in the law. And this is exactly the issue, that because lawyers could have found a loophole somewhere where they could have either stopped the sentencing or something. He's not a lawyer.
That's what happens when people choose to represent themselves, because they don't know that the legal system is in a way that lawyers understand the metrics. There's something around that, the law precedents. It's not just about you defending and saying things the way you want to say it, the way it sounds good in your ears. You
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Legalities.
Okay? The appeal is coming, but the tension remains. The Nigerian government must confront the deeper issues that give rise to this movement in the first place. If not, there will still be, unrest in the southeast.
It's okay.
Now let me tell you something else you don't even understand. Now most of the people that are clamoring to make sure that this man doesn't come out are Igbos. Igbo leaders, as a matter of fact, because he did not spare anybody, he insulted everybody, he maligned everybody, he was basically, and everything they charged them the Kanu for is true. It's true. They did not make up anything. It was historically the things he said and the things he did that brought about this. But the question that we're still asking is, why would you jail this man for 20 years or give him a life sentence when somebody who came out and was killing folks in a Fulani person, killing people and just destroying properties and all that, you give him 20 years? Why is it that in the north, when these people that are killing, maiming churches and destroying churches, that's why we are so popular in the world today, because of what the Fulanis are doing? When they bring them out, they call them repentant and they give them wives and give them money to appease them.
Okay.
Now they can never carry the gun. Now they can never carry the gun one day, though he incited violence.
But
directly killing.
There are evidence.
Listen to this: the people that are directly killing.
But you don't need to, as a revolutionist, in most cases, you don't need to carry a gun. All you need is a gun in your mouth.
There are people who are directly killing. Why is it that when they are arrested, they get them out through the back door? Why is it that when they are arrested, they call them repentant and give them wives? Yes. Do you know part of the reason why these 25 girls were picked up? Do you know the reason? Because they want additional wives. Not only that, when they have them, the bomb will not go and kill them. That's the part of the reason. It's a strategy.
Yeah. Let's have BD. BD, go ahead.
Now, Sir George, you said, why would they give a Fulani herdsman terrorist 20 years and giving Nnamdi Kanu life imprisonment? That your question is inconsequential, because you already answered it. He said that all the charges they charged Nnamdi Kanu, that he's guilty of that. But that is there. Now, I want to answer some of your questions in steps. One, Nnamdi Kanu did not start whatever he was doing. It was not started in the diaspora. It started in Nigeria. Remember, before Nnamdi Kanu, there were people who were agitating for this Biafra. It was not Nnamdi Kanu. That apart. Now, you said he vanished. Let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu did not vanish. Nnamdi Kanu was on bail, and he was in Nigeria. Nigerian government stormed his house, where his parents were killed, 7 other people killed, and Nigerian government accepted it was only 5 that was killed. The dead body, the Umuahia people brought them and showed the world. They say it was only 5 that was killed, and that is the only what you will see there. He was in Nigeria, he was on bail. Now, a man that is on bail, why are you raiding his house? Why did you come to his house? You did not even come with police or court injunction. You start shooting, and you gunned down 7 people. That one apart. So I want to tell you, Nnamdi Kanu did not vanish. Nigerian government pushed him out of
talking
Nigeria.
about 2015 to 2017 is a different thing altogether. I'm following. No, because
no, you have to wait. Let me finish.
George, let her finish.
Listen to this. If you want to answer the right question, hold tight. No,
you have to wait. Let me finish. No.
I have to direct you. You are answering the wrong.
I cannot give you that. You cannot have your way like that. No.
Go ahead. It's okay.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. George, let her finish.
You said they captured him in Kenya. Nnamdi Kanu was not captured. They kidnapped him, and which is against the human rights. It is wrong. Nigerian government were wrong there. He was kidnapped. Even the Kenyan government have written to Nigerian government that what they did was wrong. He was kidnapped. He was not captured. He was kidnapped, which it is wrong in the side of Nigerian government. Now, you said he sacked his. No, see, it's not good for us to allow ourselves to be clouded with hate we have for people. Always give people some benefit of doubt. Nnamdi
And
Kanu
give
did
yourself
not
some
sack
benefits of doubt
his
too.
lawyers. His case got to a point where the lawyers were expected to make some statements, and they were afraid to make some statements. And Nnamdi said, if you people cannot call names, if you people cannot say things the way it is, allow me, let me do it. He did not sack them.
Well, he's done it.
He
He's
said,
done
if
it
you
in
people
jail.
can now
25
allow
years.
me, let
He's done
him do
it.
it. For
25 years he's
Carlo
done
has
it.
been in prison when Monday thing started in the southeast, and yeah, you sit here and accuse Nnamdi Kanu that he's the one who is doing it. That is the one.
Without him,
Because
it
we
will
were
not
here
happen.
when
Without him, it will not happen.
in Imo State
Without
came
him,
out
it
and
will
said
not happen.
Governor
Call it
Uzodimma
truth, call
contracted
it
them to
spade
do
is
all the
spade.
evil.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
What is this?
Without
Bidi,
him, it will not
Bidi,
happen. He brought it up.
Yes,
He
they have
brought it
killed
up.
Nnamdi Kanu.
He
Let
brought
me
it
say this.
up. Stop
Come
lying
to
to yourself, Vidi. Stop lying to yourself.
You are the
Stop.
one lying to yourself. Calling
Stop.
that guy a bit because
Stop
you're
lying
still,
to yourself.
I
Okay.
am so disappointed with you because you
Bidi,
live in Canada.
Bidi,
Come to Nigeria and see what is happening.
No,
no,
I follow
Bidi,
what is
okay,
going in
Bidi.
Nigeria more than you. I do.
Is that what?
It's all right.
I
All right,
follow what is
gentlemen.
going there more than you.
Yes.
I know
All
it
right.
before you. Yes, I do.
Gentlemen, we need to kill him. Gentlemen, the tempo needs to come down. First of all, there are so many things that has that are not right with your take, but I might not have to go down with you because it will take a long time. Do you know that this Biafran thing, this whole thing people talk, it has nothing to do with the Igbo. The Biafra is a location. They
Bight
span
of
the
Biafra is too far away from
name.
Nigeria. We didn't even know nothing about Bight of Biafra until he came.
Okay, Bidi, what is meaning of Biafra in Igbo language? What is Biafra in Igbo language? You see, it's not an Igbo word. So, but the thing is, so people have jacked it up and made it to look like an Igbo thing connected to the Igbo. It's a Spanish man, Portuguese
That's
man
right.
way of describing long distance when they were coming to Africa. And it is not only the southeast.
No, I totally, it's not true. Biafra was
Google your
Do your research. Do your research. Igbo land didn't know nothing about Biafra. Biafra is a bite of Biafra. It's a location in the Spanish
Biafra
land.
is up to you know they call Guinea, they call Guinea, they call Cameroon, they call all of those places Biafra, Portuguese.
Bite of Biafra. That's right. Long
of
distance.
Biafra. So the way
That's what it is.
Wazurike and Ujuku and all of these people carrying that thing up, it shows how low their knowledge is. But we'll come to that. That's another thing. Then the other thing is, my dear sister, Nnamdi Mazi Kanu faulted in so many ways. He killed thousands of people. Him, it might not be directly, but his voices and what he does added to it. So let's go to that. Let's come back to other stories. Gentlemen, I won't want to hold you down with what we're saying. George, part of the story now is, yeah, they are heading for appeal, but do you think there will be some level of constitution? I think there has to be.
Well, listen, the point is this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the worst kind of ignorance is when you don't know and you don't know that you don't know. That's the worst kind of ignorance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you need a legal counsel. If you want to represent yourself, you think, your long pen and your shouting, your arrogant shouting is going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. So he will appeal, definitely. But if he's sensible, he will get a legal counsel. Possibly, if he can get somebody who is not Igbo, it might even help him, who understands his plight and might be able to fight for him. Those people might be able to come out and say it like it is or like he wants it to be. But if you want to get an Igbo person, we are here. We celebrate Biafra Memorial War here. We celebrate it every single year. We've been doing it since the 70s. The Igbo Canadian Community Association brought it up and they've been celebrating every year. Do you know that when you invite politicians to come and join us, fear will not will allow them not? A lot of Igbos that are educated, highly educated, when you bring them because of what IPOB, everyone shy
Mhm.
away. They don't want to get
Yeah,
involved. We've been doing
IPO
it, we're
met
going to
up.
do it next year. So now I know for sure, Nnamdi Kanu, if he wants to get justice or halfway, or even to reduce his sentence, let him get a counsel. If he stands on his own, he's going to remain there, and I can guarantee you a whole lot of leaders will be happy. Where is Buhari that
Okay.
died 25 years ago,
Thank
according
you.
to him?
Thank you, George.
What
All
when
right.
you see all
Let's.
these things, you see that this thing is
Mhm,
just nothing but games that he's playing on himself. He's become the victim
mhm.
of his own game. That's what it is.
That's what it is. All right, gentlemen. Let's go to other stories. Um, there's good news coming from the mining sector in Nigeria. People really look into that side, and it's an angle that should be looked into, because very soon, viewers, very soon, George and BD, our oil will be obsolete. There won't be nobody will come buy the crude oil again. The way the world is going, because the world is going at high speed, solar energy, energy from fossil fuel, energy from, so we need to really look at the mining sector and all of those. The
Mhm.
good news is that our mining revenue has hit 26 billion, according to the Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Dr. Adeleke Alake. Bidi, let me start with you. The mining sector, we actually don't look at that side. Natasha, the Senator Natasha from Kogi State, when she came to the House, her very first voice that she echoed was, we need to monitor what the solid mineral minister is doing. She said so. So, gentlemen, let's talk about that part. BD, what do you know about the solid minerals and the revenue they say we've generated? Because that's big money there. Big money, 24 billion. That's not small money. Tell us, BD. BD, are you
You
there?
see, Nigerian mining industry is
Mm-hmm.
considered to be underestimated, underdeveloping, and telling you because of the way Nigerians are handling it presently or have been handling it. Now, if you look at what is happening in Nigeria, Nigeria are endowed with a lot of mineral resources. Now, let me
Mm-hmm.
give you an
Mm-hmm.
example. In the north, one of the reasons we are having this problem of terrorism in Nigeria, this problem of herdsmen in Nigeria, one of the reasons is because of the large deposit of mineral resources in Nigeria, more especially in the far north. And if you look at what is
Mm-hmm.
happening, when it comes to south, all the mineral resources in Nigeria belongs to Nigerians. Do you understand? But when you come to north, all the mineral resources in the northern part of Nigeria belongs to the governor of that state, the emir of that state. So that is one of the reasons why people tell you that the mining sector in Nigeria is underperforming and facing significant challenges, because we live in the kind of country that they will tell you that, oh, it's a democracy system of, it's not democracy, because there are things you're expected to say, there are things you're not expected to say because of people who are involved. So it's a very big issue, and if we want to really talk about this, it will take us a long time because we will have to dive into so many things. The
Yes.
northern part of the country will not, you will not hear anything Nigeria is making from the north. But we have a large deposit of mineral resources there. Let me give you an example. In Zamfara, Zamfara have a lot of deposits of gold, but that gold is being tapped by the emir and the governor. And there was a time said
Mm.
the governor and the emir had issue. Even the emir of Kano, they had issue. It is a personal thing. They do the deal with international bodies. They agree with them, come in and have it. That's why you see these people will call terrorists. They will hit at a particular area, village. Now, they will leave their village and they'll go into IDP camp. You'll be expecting that by the time you go there, you see those places empty. But no, when you go there, you see big machineries moved in there, excavating those mineral resources. Nigerian governments have sent their army, their police, guiding them. So that's one of the things.
Mm.
Nigerians are actually suffering for what God has blessed them with. So we are not benefiting from it. It is individual who have, signed some business and they are benefiting it for themselves. It's not for Nigerians. So it's still Nigerian mineral resources. If you want to talk about it, if you want to say the way it is, we are going to step on a lot of toes. Is Nigerian government really ready to talk about it? They are not ready, because even them too, they are signing such deals.
George, how do you see this? 20 billion, that's a
Well,
whole big money there. Yeah.
Like I concur with what Billy is saying. It's supposed to be a fantastic, I call it a potential fantastic green news in Nigerian economy. We're seeing this powerful signals. There are two of them. First, in the financial sector, Access Holding is showing spectacular strength with profits skyrocketing by over 300% to nearly $730 billion. And second, there
Dollars.
is a huge leap in the solid mineral sector, which is what we're talking about. A major new rare earth processing plant has been launched in Nasarawa State. Okay, this again, this is a game changer because it moves us from digging and expanding raw materials to actually processing them right here, right in our own country, adding immense value and creating over 10,000 jobs, according to what they say. Now, the question we need to ask ourselves is this: any mineral that you find in the south becomes a national cake, but any mineral you find in the north becomes a state cake. Why is that? Why is
Why
that?
is
Because
that?
we have a lot of them. A lot of private Chinese companies are mining in Nigeria. And the people that are in the Sambisa forest, the people that live around that area will tell you they see helicopter coming in and going out, and white people coming to exchange whatever they exchange. So these are the people who want to make sure that they are funding the Boko Haram and the rest of them, and to ensure that they're not going to be wiped out. So when Trump is threatening to come back and wipe away these people, there are so many that are panicking in Nigeria today. And this is that time when we need to tell the truth, tell ourselves the truth. We're living in a dual justice system in Nigeria, one for the north, one for the south. Now we have a southern president who is supposed to correct all these things. And all we are asking him, Asiwaju, man up, change the
Man,
conversation. These things are not, we know what it is. You are the only one that can change it. If you
okay.
don't, nobody will, and it will remain the same.
Nobody will. Nobody will.
One of these days, what we need to do is
Nobody
do a
will.
special show when we can talk about where these minerals are, what they are, and what they are making in the world today. Because billions upon billions of dollars are exchanging hands in the north, and it is not coming to the coffers of Nigerian government. And I ask the question, why? Why?
Well, according to the news yesterday, George, the government account for 26 billion naira, and they say rare earth plants is also going to open up jobs, 10,000 jobs for Nigerians. So, viewers, this is what we're talking about. Government has collected 26 billion naira so far in 2025 from mining licenses, from Nasarawa rare earth resources, from Jigawa, from Bochi, and the most part of the north. Do you guys know that Jigawa State has crude oil? Have you heard of that? No, sorry, Gombe. Gombe State has crude oil. Do you know? They were still going to mining. Yes, Gombe has crude oil. So let's take a break, gentlemen. Let's take a small break. We'll be back. Viewers, stay tuned. This is Friday international updates. I'm here with George. I'm here with BD from Lagos, Nigeria, and see you on this side. Okay. Yes, we're back. Sorry for that. There's a glitch somewhere. Some of the things are not playing. All right. Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back, George and BD. George and BD, let's come to some other stories. There seems to be good news. The Nigerian Army Command Air Force is telling us that they did some strike on Sambisa yesterday. BD, did you hear of that? They said they got some targets, some places where the terrorists do their operational activities. So logistics says that at the Sambisa forest yesterday. George, did you hear that also?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Tell us how is the story, George?
Well, yeah, they call it a huge blow to the terrorists as Nigerian Air Force destroys operational base. Their
Mm-hmm.
operational base, and then they were showing some pictures of that. A logistics network in Sambisa. Nigerian Air Force delivers a major blow on terrorists in Sambisa Forest after days of ISR tracking. Precision airstrike destroyed the terrorist headquarters, operational headquarters, simply, supply lines and the key communication weapons that they use. So they destroyed all those. The strike were launched after intelligence linked the group to the October 17 ambush on troops in Kashmori. And so what we're seeing is all of a sudden, because of what Trump is doing, these people are rising up. Now, the mission completely wiped out the identified targets, crippling the terrorist ability to plan and coordinate attacks. Air Force leadership reaffirms commitment to keep pressure on terror groups and secure long-term peace across the region. Now, the reason why we know this is, until it's truly confirmed, this might also be one of those things where Nigeria is making up stories to look good on international background. They know where these people are. They know when to,
All
if
right.
they want to wipe them out, they can. So all this stuff, they're games. I don't believe none of this. I don't believe it, honestly speaking. And part of the reason I told you guys before, the reason why they are kidnapping these girls and the reason why they cannot be found is simply because it will stop the launching of this type of attack. Because of this, they will not go there and kill the girls. That's the reason why this happened. After all, they know they were coming. They wouldn't stop them. As a matter of fact, you see, if we were to tell ourselves the truth, let me tell you something. We would have gotten every single individual who was one of those military forces that were there prior to this attack. Why were you guys missing 30 minutes before they came? Why is it that intelligence came to you that they were coming and you never did anything? 30 minutes before they showed up, you disappeared. After they showed up, you came back. What is going on in Nigeria? We need to ask that question because there's a game being played which is not good because it's playing with people's lives. So government, man up and stop giving these excuses that you guys are giving. It doesn't wash anymore.
Mm. So you don't believe in the strike in Sambisa, but the images came out. Images were shown to the media.
Images could be anything. Images could be doctored. Yes, it could be. We're living in the age of AI. So don't tell me that. Let's see the bodies that were destroyed.
Okay. PD, Sambisa, the command of Nigerian Air Force revealed that multiple strikes were done on the Sambisa forest, and they said they targeted the operational headquarters of these terrorists. Do you believe that? And how do you see that? Is it Trump's statement that is pushing them to now begin to do this, or are they also making up stories to make Trump think they are working? Even though yesterday the House of Rep had its summon, they made out some statements. We're waiting now for the Senate to take it in and pass it on to the president on the moon. What do you tell us? What do you have on this Sambisa strike?
It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunately that a lot of Nigerians still have not understood the propaganda pattern and style of Nigerian governments. There's nothing like that. This is just to make Nigerians feel like that they are working. you've been following this news, few like 5 or 6 days before the death of General Oba, this was the same thing Nigerian government did. They were showing us some bodies that they had a clash with the terrorists and Nigerian army took them down. I think that was one of the things that angered the ASWAP, that made them to go after the battalion that General Oba was involved. And you know what happened? What actually brought down General Oba was Nigerian government, because the man was saved and he shared his location with Nigerian government, thinking that they will give him backup. And what did they do? The ISWAP group got hold of that location he shared with them. Now, the question Nigerians are asking, how did you, a general, shared a location with the Nigerian government and ISWAP
And,
terrorists got that location? They now got and unalive him. So all these things are propaganda. Nigerian government are not destroying anything. They are not destroying. It's all propaganda. It's all lies. So they can lie to those people who don't understand that game they are playing, not to people like us. It's all lies.
they can let people that don't understand the game, but not people like PD, not the media like us. George, but one thing that is not lie is that yesterday in Brazil, United Climate Talk, the COP30, as they were having their meeting, fire escalated in the hall. Is that also arrangement to end this talk of fossil climate change and all this talk? I mean, that was really very interesting, discussing about the climate and having fire burn in the summit. George, did you see that? Did you hear that news in Brazil?
Yeah, COP fire in Brazil. Sudden fire broke out near the China pavilion at the COP30, climate summit in Belém, Brazil, forcing a full site evacuation. So officials said the blaze spread quickly through nearby temporary pavilions, but was contained within minutes. 13 people were treated for smoke inhalation. No deaths were reported. Early reports actually point the generator failure or electric short circuit as likely cause of this fire. So they are not looking at arson as a part of the reason why the fire broke. Early reports. Okay, so what we see now is much of the venue was still under construction, raising concerns about the safety and the preparedness of Brazilians, when they are doing these things. So the incident left volunteers and organizers shaking, worried, and it may tarnish Brazil's reputation as summit host. So that's what we have today.
Tarnish their reputation as the summit went on. Okay, let's come to Australia. Okay, you have something on that, BD? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because if you look at that fire, the thing came out and was already big, and with the number of people in that pavilion, over 50,000 people there, and they said that they are suspecting microwave or socket router, that's their what they are suspecting that actually caused the light. But I'm happy that as of now they've not even recorded any casualty, and I just pray that they will not.
They will not, but it's an irony. I mean, talking about climate and having fire burn.
It's so funny though. I don't know.
Let's come to Australia. Can this happen in Nigeria? Australia now moved to enforce under 16 social media ban. So if you're under 16 in Australia, from next month, they want to stop you from using all of the social media: TikTok, YouTube, X, Facebook, all of it applies to this new ban. The Australian government says they are doing this because there has to be control over children. They want to regulate all of the internet apps. So starting from December 4, Australians that are below 15 will not have access to social media.
Honestly, that's a very welcome idea. I agree with them. If Nigerians can do it, it is good, because the earlier use of this social media by our children is one of the problems we're having. I don't know what a child of 15 or 16 years is doing on the social media. And that is why when you see the children of today, the way they talk, the way they do things, even I have some nephews around me, some things they say, I was like wondering, where did these children learn this thing? I think Nigeria, if I think this is one of the things Nigerians should join Australia, because they know the impact of this early exposure to social media is doing to the children. So that 16 age down is okay. Even if you ask me, I would even say 18. If you're not up to 18, you don't use social media, but their own, they are pegging it at 16. That is a very welcome thing, and I think Nigerians should emit this kind of a thing for the health of our children. It's very, very a welcome idea. I like it.
Georgie,
Yes.
when it comes close to Australia, it might turn around back end and come to you guys.
Well,
Canada might do the same. Do you think so?
well, yeah. Canada is one of the British colonies.
As
But anyway, Australia has become the first country in the world to ban social media accounts for anyone under 16, starting actually December 10th. December 10th. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Reddit, X, Twitch, Cake must block under 16 accounts and deactivate existing ones. The government says it's protecting its kids from harmful content, from cyberbullying and grooming, violent videos, misogyny, and self harm. So, a national study actually, they did a study before this decision was taken. A national study
okay,
found 96% of the 10 to 15-year-old use social media, and 70% have already encountered harmful behavior online. Parents won't be punished, but social media platforms face fines up to $49.5 million if they don't
that's
enforce the
correct.
ban.
The
Companies
ban.
must use stronger age verification tools like ID checks, age inference tech, or facial analysis. They can't rely on kids typing in fake age. That's one thing. Now, gaming platforms aren't included yet, but the government says the list could expand as they continue reviewing the risk. So that's where we are. Kudos to that country, to Australia, because they're looking out for their children.
Those to Australia, they're looking out for the children. Viewers, you're hearing this. Australia is banned, but December 10th. George, is it 10th? I got December 4th.
I saw for I
December
read
4th.
okay.
Okay. December 4th, Australia will, young people below 16 will no more have access to social media. They want to control this delinquency, the Gen Z and the X generation and their delinquencies so much. So welcome. I think Nigeria might also begin to consider that. I know
Yeah, they
our
need to,
government is.
because it might bring children out of their rooms into the living room to at least
Okay.
fellowship with their parents, because that's what you're seeing right now. The children go to school, they come back from school, they eat, they go to their room, they don't come out on the following day. They don't even help with chores anymore. But in the past, you used to, you go to school, you come out, you play, you do your homework, you come with your parents and sit in the living room and fellowship with them, watch TV together. It doesn't happen anymore. Children are so they are in their little world, and that little world is right here, and that's what's killing a lot of them, because they encounter a whole lot of bullying, and most of the time they don't say nothing to their parents until it's too late. That's why you saw the increase in suicide among the youths. It's all because of all these social media platforms,
And
and they are.
there's a strange thing that happens also with the social media. I don't know if you guys have noticed. There are this group of people called influencers. They come to social media. They are on every one of it: Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, all of these things. Now, this person called influencer has huge number of followers, and they will do things and show live stream to their followers, and they become brands, and people also make them ambassador brands. They pay, but the interesting thing here, most of these social influencers die too soon. They commit. Most times you hear this: he's dead. He fell out. Yesterday, about 3 of them died in different parts of the world. Influencers, And you wonder, what is this thing about them dying? I've noticed this for years now. A lot of social media influencers have this misfortune of death at most times. Do you guys have that, George? Have you noticed that, BD?
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't. I've heard about it. Go ahead, Biddy.
Mm-hmm. It's yeah. Go ahead, BD. BD.
Honestly, it's something I've not really taken time to think about. But as you're saying this now,
Mm-hmm.
my mind just reflect back, and I remember that within the space of 1 month, I think I've seen like 3 or 4 social media influencers died. I've not thought
Mm-hmm.
about it, but as you're saying it now, I quite agree with you. It's true. I've noticed it.
Yes.
They died
Mm-hmm.
so repeatedly, so
Young
soon,
and yes, young
very
boys
young.
and
Yeah,
girls.
I don't know what,
Very
because I've not
interesting.
really thought in that direction, so I don't even know what I would call it. So what would we call that?
Well, you see, when you have younger people that are not actually matured enough, and many times they never dream of making this money, but they find the loophole to make the money, and they are very very popular. Most of the time, what happens when they are compromised, they cannot handle the situation. When they are
Okay.
and you see them a lot, they're committing suicide because maybe something.
Community.
Sometimes what will happen, they are so free with themselves, they start doing some things and they mess up somewhere and it's found out, and
Drug.
when it's exposed, you see them, they by themselves. So that's what you are seeing. Uncultured, uncultured little society. These are people. There are some that manage themselves very well. The Kardashians, they started this whole entire saga. They started it, but quite a few number of them are doing well and have maintained themselves. You can see somebody at the age of 16 a millionaire because they are, as an influencer. The companies are now paying them rather than paying television commercials or radio commercials. They're paying
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
that's
They're paying
the new
them.
wave. That's the new wave of commercial, and they're making a lot of money. So that's what you're
A lot of
seeing.
money.
Many of them, the money will start coming in, but yet they're not able to manage it emotionally. They are sabotaged
Mm-hmm,
emotionally. When something happens,
mm-hmm.
that's it. They're not
Right.
able to deal with
That's
it.
it, George. Thank you. Let's crop it up with this health story. US health from SSM. For those of us that live in Europe and in the West, the weather changes now. So we'll be experiencing cold, winter, and snow in most parts of the world. You will begin to have snow. Now, what the doctors, medicals in Europe, together, what they're saying is there's this habit of people eating snow. People eat snow, they will play through the snow. So they are warning that habit is very, very dangerous. So, as wild as it looks, does not have, is not all pure. There are deadly bacteria and chemicals, debris inside those snows. So they are now warning that people should refrain from eating whatever small amount of snow, fresh snow that has fallen, mostly children. So, George, me and you could understand that sometimes I also try to eat, so, so I have to be careful now. So, if you're fond of that habit, you like the taste of snow, please, they say it's very, very dangerous. The snow has bacteria inside them. It's not as clean, pure as it looks. So, we want to reduce these killings, these deaths, these health issues that a lot of people face in this generation. George, do you eat snow? Do you eat snow?
Not a,
Okay. A lot of people,
I live in a snow area, but I don't eat them. I shovel them.
Biddy, would you like to eat snow? Would you want to eat the snow
Why
coming
would I
from
eat
where?
snow? Why would I eat snow? Am I insane? Do you know this thing you said? I've seen some guys get this snow. I even
Mhm.
saw one online was cooking it. I was like, what
Uh-huh.
else will come out of this snow if not water? I've seen people
Mhm.
eating it, but I
Yes,
was like, what? I don't know. People are
yeah,
just why they
but
just stay
cooking.
and
Why
want to do
you're
something
cooking
stupid
somebody
sometimes.
No,
cooking
but
snow must be that person must be on
there,
drugs. Yeah, that
there's
person
this
must be on.
interest. There's this interest people have actually. Like in Africa, there's this sand. People lick sand. There's the clay sand that pregnant women leak, and some people just leak
Exactly.
because of the smell of the clay sand. Yeah, so that's how it snowed into. Right, BD.
I once eat that clay. Oh. There was a time I was eating it. I'm telling you. Yeah. I have to force myself to stop eating it. Every
A
time
lot
I
of
was
people are
eating
addicted
it.
to it. A lot of people are addicted
Yeah.
to it, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people are addicted to it. But you know, it has some health benefits, like we know,
Really?
because it's not just play. Yeah, it's salty. It's salty. It has some health benefit, like it helps pregnant women doing pregnancy. And truly, the traditional Eastern people have proven that they take it during pregnancy, and it helps build the child. It also helps during the process of delivery. So
Yeah,
anyway, so
a lot of people
snow.
actually, many
Mhm,
many people that have low blood,
mhm,
they are drawn to that. You see them a lot eating it.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. All right, gentlemen. You guys have some fresh words to take us into the weekend. BD, what's your last word for today as we enter into the weekend?
Yeah, the word I have for this week is to
Mhm,
Nigerians. Congratulations, you're finally sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. That's your long awaited decision. You've done it. And congratulations to those Igbos who feel that Nnamdi Kanu is their problem. At least he's out of the way. Go and enjoy life, and let's see what it turns out to be. Good night. This is
mhm.
weekend. I wish you the best.
Okay, this is the weekend. We know you're his brother. We understand he's your brother, but I mean, if you one goes contrary to the set aside laws of a land, you have to pay for it. So what we're looking now is probably some leniency, some reduced sentence, and all of that as he goes for appeal. So, but anyway, your plea is taken. Georgie, what's your word for the day?
My word for the day is I continue to pray for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for God to continue to
Mhm,
bless the leadership in that country, expose corruption, eradicate corruption, and they bless our
mhm,
president, Asiwaju, because he said, the Bible said, pray for the leader of your people. So I'm obeying the Bible, and I must pray for him, for his family, and for the entire leadership in Nigeria, all the way to, to the villages, so that Nigeria will continue to shine the way it's supposed to. Get this yoke off our necks. Get the yokes off our necks, Mr. President, so that the paradise will be like Banana Island all over Nigeria. That's what we're praying. And also, I pray for my country, Canada, and the United States of America, so that let's there be peace among us. Let's love one another. Go out there and do something good for somebody you don't like today. Somebody you don't like, do something good for them. This is the weekend,
mhm.
and let's have a wonderful one.
This is the weekend. Let's have a wonderful, beautiful words. BD, thank you for coming. Thank you for your submission. I know you feel very emotional with what is happening, the aftermath of this today. But listen, everything will be fine. What we want is a peaceful Nigeria, no matter the region, south, east, north, and west.
God
Thank
help
God
us
for,
to God
yeah.
help us to move this sit at home on Mondays from the eastern region. We want to stop that so that we go back with everybody else living our lives the way we're supposed to.
No, that's a fact to consider. BD, please help push the word with your media. With that sit at home has caused more damage than anything at
But
all. We
Nnamdi
never
Kanu did not
experienced.
Nnamdi Kanu did not start sit at
Yes.
home.
No, no, no. We know,
It
but
was it was
he's
it was
because
started because of him.
so
It was because
if
of
he
him.
could open his
When
mouth
he started going
also
to
It
from
was
one
because of him. Look,
yes,
listen to you people.
yes,
You people should just leave me
yes,
alone.
no, no,
yes.
it was
No,
We'll finish
he,
program.
because of him. We
it was
didn't say he
started
said it.
because of him. It was started
He
because
started
of
it because of him, not that
yes.
he said they should go on
No, it started
You
sit
because
people
at
of
have
home.
him.
joined him now, so your sit at home should stop. Have you not
Well
joined him? Your
then,
sit at home should
because
stop.
it's still
All right,
the
BD.
smoke,
All
the
right.
smell of the smoke is still out there.
When
Trillions
I never
lost,
see.
trillions
Now
of
I will see
dollars
the
So
lost.
whole thing
I
being
leave
lost.
you. I leave you guys. I leave you guys with our. I leave you guys.
I
I leave you guys
Where you
with
gonna have
Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan and the Foreign Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Yusuf Tuga. I saw that clip that day, the live broadcast, and I don't know, the man wasn't very truthful. He wasn't.
He was called out as a liar.
He said which man was not truthful? Which man was not truthful?
The Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga. He came on an international network, and he didn't give the accurate situations of things in Nigeria. It was just it's sad. So let's go with that. Then see you guys on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. BD, please rejoice, be happy. All will be fine. He's our brother, he's our blood. So we hope good for him too.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed. There's false narrative that there's some persecution or a genocide.
Why isn't it a genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
We don't want to be the next Sudan.
You dispute the numbers that have been reported to have been killed, but you have no idea how many Christians have been killed.
We are not hiding any facts.
Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. There is a reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar. That's not by coincidence.
It's easy for her to sit thousands of miles away and play games with people's lives.
Have performed several burials because the Islamic are controlling the government. Let me tell you, there's a genocide in Nigeria.